Hey there, it's Red, and today I have my 2016 Bookish Resolutions for you guys. Now normally I don't do resolutions because I'm one of those people where if there's a change that I want to make in my life, I usually adopt that change at any time of the year, not necessarily New Year's in particular, although I have nothing against New Year's resolutions, and I even think they're great. If they work for you, that's great. It's just my personal thing is I don't usually create resolutions. However, when it comes to my channel and when it comes to my reading, I find that I'm creating resolutions without even meaning to or setting out to create resolutions. I feel like I kind of automatically start planning them, and I thought I would share some of those with you guys. Now, this is going to be a combination of booktube and channel related resolutions as well as reading resolutions. My first resolution is to read larger books. Prior to starting booktube, I would never even think twice about the size of the book. It didn't really matter however long it took me to get through. It was how long it took me to get through it. And it never occurred to me to think about how large that book was. And I kind of miss that habit. I miss feeling that way about larger books. My second resolution kind of goes a little hand in hand with my first resolution, and that is not setting a Goodreads goal. I didn't set a Goodreads goal last year. I think I set it to 1. And that's because setting a Goodreads goal did contribute to this intimidation of larger books. My first year in booktube, I set a Goodreads goal. I met that Goodreads goal. I was very proud of myself, and it was a really, really great experience. But having this number hang over my head, it was very frustrating because I wouldn't pick up these larger books because how is that going to help my Goodreads goal when I could have 3 or 4 read instead? And I want to focus on the quality of the books that I'm reading, not the quantity. My third resolution is updating my equipment. Now, this is little by little, and I've already started setting money aside because technology is expensive. At the end of the day, technology is very, very expensive. I've proven to myself that this is not a fleeting interest. Posting videos is not a fleeting interest. I'm going to be here for a while, and it's time that I start investing in that. And I think it's time. 4, I plan to continue my book buying ban. For about the past, I would say 6 months, I have been very, very good at minimizing the number of books that I bought. I probably can count on one hand how many books I bought in the last 6 months, which is a huge improvement to the constant book buying I was doing before. And honestly, it hasn't slowed down my reading. I'm just starting to read all those books that I bought that have been sitting on my shelf. I'm just actually starting to read those instead of buying a new book and letting them collect dust. And that's been awesome. I was a little worried that if I slowed down on my book buying that it was somehow going to hinder my actual reading, and it hasn't hindered it at all. I'm just finally doing what I set out to do, and that is to get some of these unread books off of my shelf. Number 5, I want to read more personal book recommendations. Obviously, I will buy books because a lot of people will talk about it on BookTube, but I want to read more books that have been personally recommended to me because sometimes somebody will recommend a book and I'll be like, oh yeah, great, thank you, but then I don't actually read it. However, the few times that I did actually step out of that comfort zone and read the book that was recommended to me, I loved it. I loved it, loved it, loved it. Pivot Point is a perfect example. Brittany from Brittany's Book Find told me to get that book. I bought the book, and then it was just sitting on my shelf, and I was just like, meh, do I want to read it? Do I want to read it? Read it, loved it. It was amazing. So I just want to reach out to my friends and just get more book recommendations from them on what they think I would like and actually give them a chance and work them into my regular reading routine. Number 6, I want to finish my started series. And I'm not talking about series where the rest of the books haven't come out yet, but series that I own all of the books for and still haven't finished them. Shatter Me. Read Shatter Me. I even read Warner's novella. Adam's novella, haven't read. The last 2 books, haven't read. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I read Miss Peregrine's and I read Hollow City, and I've yet to read the 3rd book. Even though I have it, I haven't read it. Basically, I have a whole bunch of series that I really need to finish that I've started, and there's no reason that I haven't finished them other than I haven't. I liked them. I even loved them. But I haven't finished them. 7, I want to post more discussions. I actually love doing discussions. Sometimes they're book related, sometimes they're not, but I love just kind of sitting and talking to you guys about something that's just been on my mind, because those are some of the most fulfilling comments that I will get on my videos, because we get into such in-depth conversations about my discussed topic in the comments section. And sometimes it makes you guys more relatable to me, or possibly me more relatable to you guys. And it's just, I don't know, you guys are such a great community, and I love having those types of discussion with you guys. So I want to go out of my way to post more discussion videos instead of just thinking, oh, this would be an interesting discussion video, and then never doing it. And finally, what am I on? Am I on 8, 9? I lost count. I'm not even sure I was counting right to begin with, because I have them numbered here, and the resolutions listed in my phone are slightly different because I think I added one more outside of the ones I put in my phone, and now I'm just all thrown off on counting them. But my last resolution is to find my voice again. This last year has been a very tough year on me because I had 2 very, very tough semesters. 2 very, very tough semesters, so I found it much harder to find the energy to post the kind of videos that I started off posting. I still talked about books, I still did all of that, and I still loved it, and I still enjoy filming. But I would often post videos for new ideas for series and things like that. There's series that I do want to continue that I started, and we're talking about video series, not book series, just to clarify. But there are several series that I had started and never went anywhere with those series because I just stopped filming for them, and I had all these ideas for different types of videos, and sometimes I would film them and sometimes I wouldn't, and I just miss that. I miss, taking a break from the usual book hauls and things, I don't know, just the typical booktube videos, tags, book hauls, those kinds of things. I missed taking a step back from that and posting something a little bit different that I just felt like filming and had an idea to film. And I just really want to find my voice again so that I can get some of that creativity back and try and incorporate that back into my channel. So those are my 2016 bookish resolutions. If you guys have any resolutions for 2016, please comment them below, because I would love to see what you guys have planned for the next year for your channel or for your reading life. It's interesting, and I feel like starting the year off with these in my head is going to push me to try and accomplish these things by the end of the year and start creating new and more positive habits for myself. I hope you guys all have a wonderful New Year's, and I'll talk to you guys later.